to Let's Talk. I'm teacher Alfie, and today's video we'll be talking about the phrasal verbs where native speakers use them in almost every casual and corporate conversation for you not to be sounded as robotic. All right, so the phrasal verbs that we'll be learning today is walk by, fill in, hold on, look at, look over, and go under. Okay, these are the words that we'll be learning. First of all, what is a phrasal verb? When we say verb, that is an action words, right? And the phrasal phrase, that means it's more than one word that we put together. That could be verb and prepositions such as in, on, at, over, and under. So why did I choose this lesson for today? Is because if you are not a native speaker, so most of the problem that we are experiencing is we don't know how to use this. Okay, and don't worry, not only us, even the native speaker, those people who has their own language, sometimes they are a bit confused on how to do this or to use this. Okay, so let's talk about by. So we have the walk by or pass by. Okay, so the meaning is to walk past a person or a place on your way somewhere else. To walk by a person. So of course, since this is Tagalog, so we have the dumaan lang or dumaan sa tapat, meaning you are walking, you're here, or someone is there, and then dumaan sa tapat, in front of you, he walked by or just passed by. So example, walking past on office desk or an immigration booth. So when we say past here, it doesn't mean that it's very fast. It's different fast than past. Just to walk past, pass by someone. So example sentence: I walked by the supervisor's office, and he looked very busy. So that is walk by. Tagalog is dumaan lang sa tapat. So let's say for example, your boss is here, you walk by your boss. That's the first word. And the second word is fill in. In. We have the fill, that is a verb, and in. To fill in, it doesn't mean that you're inside a place, because we're talking about to something that we write on. So to write information in the blank spaces of an office document or form. So we say fill in. To fill in, to fill in is to write on the blank. So usually if you are going somewhere and you need to fill in, to write in the form that you needed to do it. So in Tagalog, that is sagutan or sulatan ang form. Sagutan, to write, to answer, to write, sulatan, form ang form. To sagutan or sulatan ang form. Okay, so someone will tell you, hey, come here, fill in this form. That's in Tagalog is, halika rito, come here, sagutan mo itong form na to, and then give it to that guy there, give it to the officer. Okay, so fill in this form, and then after that, hand it over that person. So example again, please fill in your passport details on this application form. So it's very important that we know how to fill in the form. Okay, to fill in, that means to write, to answer. Next is hold on. So we have the hold and on. Okay, to hold on is to wait for a short period of time very common use on telephone calls or in busy line. So for example, you're calling and then that person um, on the other end is will tell you, hold on please. So that means you are holding on because it's he's very busy, or let's say you are very busy with just someone call you, for example, like that, and then okay, hold on please. So in Tagalog, that is sandali lang, or mag-antay lang, or paantay lang, or sandali lang, just wait a moment. Okay, how about the real world situation? Right, real world situation, for example, you are in a call center, and then you're putting on the phone politely, then you will say, hold on, could you please hold on for a moment while I pull up your account. So that call center agent is busy to, or say he needs to try to find your account, because it's not it's not very instance that when you call, all the information is already there, so you have to wait for a while, maybe 2 seconds or 3 seconds, like that. So he would say, could you please hold on for a moment while I pull up, okay, my or your account. And then next is at, look at. To look at meaning is to direct your eyes towards something, or to review or inspect documents carefully. That is the meaning of look at. Okay, to directly look towards something. So that's in Tagalog means tingnan or suriin. Tignan or suriin. Look at it. Okay, so here in Asia, usually the learner, the students would say, "Teacher, I look at the video that you sent me. I look." So that is not actually appropriate, because to look at, that means you to review, you inspect. It's different to than to watch. When we talk about movie, you are watching movie, not to look at. Sometimes they would say, "Oh, teacher, I already looked that video." Or are we? I already look at the movie. No, it's not like that. Okay, so real world scenario. Example, an immigration officer checking your contract, or a boss reviewing an email layout. So, for example, you're going outside the country, and the officer, immigration officer. When we say immigration officer, person who are assigned for the people who are going out the country to immigrate, that means to go out. Okay, immigration officer. And also we have the migration, the opposite of immigration. Okay, so an immigration officer checking your contract, or boss reviewing an email. So that's an example. Again, the officer will look at your employment contract before clearing you. Okay, so before you will be approved, the officer will look at, that means suriin, will look at your documents or your contract before you will be cleared. That is to look at. That means to search, to suriin. All right, next we have the over, the word over. So look over. What's the meaning of look over? When we say look over, the meaning is to quickly examine or check or review something to make sure there are no mistake. Okay, to quickly examine, to just like fast, quick, to check or to review. So let's say, can you please look over this something? So it's in Tagalog translation, that is pasadahan ng tingin. or i-double check or pasadahan ng tingin. So that's it. Real example sentence. Can you help me look over this report before I send it to the manager? Okay, that means can you look over this? So that's the way you will use these words. Can you look over this before I will give it or hand it to the officer or to the manager? So sometimes we need to review our form or our documents before we give, because we don't want to be caught by surprise that like the manager will look at your documents. Okay, and then what happens that, oh, what's happened, it's missing something, why it's missing something. So before we pass or hand over our documents to the manager or to the officer, make sure that we filled in every blanks that it requires to have. Okay, so we need to fill in, and then we look at it, and then we say, please look over. That means to read again in Tagalog, that is pasadahan. All right, and the last one is go under. It's a nice word, under. Go under. Does it mean that you go under literally or physically? So the meaning of this word go under is to pass beneath something. In a business context, it means a company fails financially or goes bankrupt. What? Goes bankrupt. So literally to pass beneath something, that's to go under. So example, the in the business context, it means a company fails financially or goes bankrupt. Oh, that's worse. So when a company is bankrupt, it's hard to recover. So the company is going under. That means it's not good for the company. But for the meaning for this is to go under. That means to pass beneath something. So this is something. Let's say for example, this is something, and you go beneath. That means under, to go beneath something. So what's that in Pinoy context, Tagalog? Bumagsak ang negosyo or nalugi. Bumagsak or nalugi. Go under. So when we say, oh, the company now is going under, that means they fail. It's going to close for sure. Real world scenario, talking about some employment security and company status, for example. So many small businesses unfortunately went under the global economic shift. Went under. So why is it go and now it becomes went? So because the past tense of go is went. That's why we say many business unfortunately went under during the global economic shift. So when we say global economic shift, it's about talks about the business globally, the the whole world. That's the meaning of that. All right, so let's review the topic. Our topic is to walk by or pass by, meaning to walk past a person or place on your by or someone else. Fill in, that means to write information in the blank space of official documents. And hold on, to wait for a short period of time. That's to hold on, to look at, to direct your eyes towards something. Okay, to review, inspect, and to overlook. To look over is to quickly examine something, and to go under, that means to literally to go beneath something, or to be bankrupt when we talk about business. Okay, disclaimer, especially for those who are pretending to be native speaker who will always, um, say something about their um, co-creator. They would say, oh, that guy is teaching wrong English or something. Everybody can make mistake. Everybody can make mistake. So especially in my channel. Let's Talk is a documentation of how I learn my English, and I'm also helping those who want to learn and improve their English speaking, not for bragging, but for uh, for it to for them to be profitable. Let's say profitable, or to be successful, or want to increase, to improve their lives. So, say for example, you want to apply a job, call center agent, or say for example, you're going to other country. Of course, you are required to speak English, not Tagalog, if you're a Filipino. And of course, if you're other language, other country belonging to other countries, for example, you're Khmer or Chinese, of course, you need to learn how to speak English. Not perfect, but of course, we are trying to do our best to be understood because that is communication. Communication is important. Now, if you are bragging because you are a native speaker, I'm telling you that is not right. And I'm telling you, you are not the only one who knows how to speak English. And let's say you're the best one, but you can't teach everybody all over the world. And let's say, for example, you're really good. Yes, nice, that's good for you. But the thing is, you are only limited in your situation and in your topic. We have billions of people. Let's say Filipino, we have more than 120 million Filipinos. How can you give them their needs? You can only have one topic at a time. Once you sit in front of your computer or your smartphone, you will only have, like, say, one, two, three, or five topics. After that, you can't get. How can you be the savior of all these people? So please don't brag, okay? So that's only my comment for other content creator. At any rate, my name is Teacher Alfie, and thank you for visiting my channel, following my page. Let's talk. Goodbye.